Hunter Biden's been indicted for failing to pay more than $1 million in federal income tax, and he could be looking at a 17-year stint in prison. But the indictment, well, it does more than just outline potential criminal behavior. It paints a picture of a man that was taking advantage of everybody around him. That's the only way you can describe it. I've got Farron Cousins here to talk about it. Farron, your take was the same as mine. He's just a hustler. I mean, the guy, he's just a hustler. That's all the guy is. That's been able to get by all these years, buying exotic cars, escorts, luxury hotel rooms, clothing, and then getting his pals to loan him money to pay taxes.
Yeah, and he still wasn't even paying all the taxes either. So look, these are very serious charges, obviously far more serious than that plea deal that kind of fell apart a few months ago. Yeah. When you actually look at this, we're looking at it without any kind of political blinders on. This is very serious, and it does show that plea deal they were going to give him several months ago, that was total BS.
And Weiss was the guy doing that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Weiss says, oh, well, now the judge has basically chastised me and let the world see I'm a frigging idiot. Let me do my job now. And he comes in with only tax charges. The foreign agent issue, I don't know why that hasn't been pursued. These charges are serious enough. The worst thing about it, I mean, there's so many crazy parts to this. First of all, who is this Kevin Morris? It's like his sugar daddy or something. Biden gets into trouble. Kevin Morris comes to pay his way out, whether it's child support or taxes. Who is this guy?
Well, it's kind of a bit of a mystery right now. He's a lawyer that obviously, was kind of employed. I guess Hunter Biden was a client, but that kind of goes beyond the lawyer-client relationship with what Mr. Morris was doing. It's one of those things that I think as the trial goes forward, Mr. Morris's role in whatever it is Hunter Biden was doing is going to become far more clear because it is very weird. Hunter Biden has all this money. I mean, there's no doubt that this man made a lot of money. Yet at the same time, Morris is having to give him money to help cover his bills because Hunter Biden cannot almost spending compulsively as fast as the money came in.
If you read the indictment, if you read what they have in the indictment, they lay out a chart. $750,000 that he spent on restaurants and beauty products. Almost $700,000 to women is the way it's described. Nearly $400,000 for clothing and accessories. It's got this chart. It's $1.6 million in ATM withdrawals that ended up going to everything from buying hookers to buying exotic cars.
Yeah, and he was taking that money out of his own company so that because he thought if I just take the money out of the ATM, I'm not going to have to pay taxes on it. That's what they paint the picture of in this indictment. So it's not quite embezzling from his own company, but man, it looks like almost embezzlement from his own company.
It is embezzlement. They didn't charge him with it, but it's embezzlement. Here's the problem. All this creates an opportunity for discovery, all right? Depositions are going to be taken. They're going to find out more and more. And you know why? The Republicans, all they're waiting for is the hammer to drop. And that is to say, things like they're already raising it. Well, how did Joe Biden go from making $1 million in 2016 to $500,000 in 2017? The only difference was he wasn't vice president anymore. There's things like that. It's little things like that they're going to focus on. The guy ought to fall on a sword and just plead guilty. If they've got him, rather than putting his dad at risk here, because that's what's happening. And again, this to me, when I hear them say, "Oh, this proves that Department of Justice doesn't have an agenda," really? Does it prove it to you that the Department of Justice doesn't have an agenda by being almost forced by the judge to do their job? What do you think?
No, this is something that needed to happen. It doesn't show an agenda one way or the other. It just shows that, the DOJ decided to actually do something after they were forced to do something, which is typically how the DOJ operates on pretty much anything. We both know that very well. Yeah. So if they're not forced to do it, they're not going to do it. But you're right, I think, about Hunter Biden. The best thing would be pleading guilty. Because, look, President Biden said, I'm not going to pardon him. If you win re-election next November, you're pardoning him the next day.
Yeah, no question.
So Hunter Biden should just say, okay, look, maybe it's probably just a year. I could do that. I could just sit there. And then day after election, if dad wins, there's your pardon, get on out, come home for Christmas.
If he doesn't, it puts Joe Biden at huge risk because of the discovery, because of things that are going to come out that haven't come out, where the money came from, how it was split between his brother, Joe's brother, or split somehow in the family. That's what they're looking for. That's where all this goes.
Well, that is certainly what they're looking for, obviously. But look, even if you can't connect any of it to President Biden, at least criminally in any way, it does create the bad optics, because one of the big talking points for Democrats next year is, look, we're running against a guy with 91 felonies. Hey, but your guy's son is also on. Well, you cede that moral high ground, and you can't do that.
That argument, it's his son, therefore, I think is complete BS. It's Hunter and Joe, okay? At this point, their goal is to tie Joe up to Hunter.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I think that, but these arguments that you hear from the right, oh, well, Hunter this, he's not a president, okay? He's just a dirt bag who just lived a life that has put his father in big risk right now going into this next election cycle.